Hey everybody, Adrian Fontes here. Mr. Finchem issued a statement yesterday, and we're going to talk about why his fear mongering, his fear peddling is wrong in the face of fact. First though, I want to give a shout out to an organization that is on its waning days. Trees for Harmony was created in my old neighborhood with a lot of help by a guy named Tom Wright, who passed away recently. So to friends and family of his, many condolences. He was a great guy. Well, let's get to the issue. In this statement dated yesterday, February 2nd, 2022, Mr. Finchem is peddling fear, and it's totally unfounded, just like the big lie. And we're going to go through his statement, and I'm going to explain to you why. Now, what's ERIC? Let's start there. ERIC is the Electronic Registration Information Center. It started with 7 states and some money from the Pew Charitable Trusts. And what it does is it takes information from states, processes it, sends it back regarding who's registered to vote. And the idea is to clean up the voter registration rolls. So of the 30 states now that are part of the system, if you're registered in more than one of those states are actually alerted to the fact that you've got a registration potentially in various states. Then the local registrar of voters checks it against their rolls to verify whether or not you're there or you're not there, and sends out the notice. And that's how the process is. It's a good system. It's a secure system. But Mr. Finchem, wanting to peddle fear instead of having facts, put out this statement that says that he wants to end participation in this registration multi-state compact. Now, this is really interesting because the way he qualifies his allegations proves that he doesn't have any facts. But the fact that he's making these allegations means that he's trying to peddle fear. Now, here's the difference. He's trying to raise money for his campaign. Full disclosure, so am I. So you can either give in to the fear that he's peddling here, or you can help us with some facts. That's the only ask I'm going to make. Let's do this really quickly here. What he says basically is credible media reports about potentially questionable funding sources. There's the big evil. We don't know what it is. We won't tell you what it is. We don't have any idea what it is, but it's potentially questionable funding sources. And then here it says, after learning of potential vulnerabilities. So instead of saying we have identified vulnerabilities, here's what they are, they're potential vulnerabilities. This could be wrong. We don't have any facts to prove it's wrong, but it might be. Fear on the one hand, fear on the other hand. Then it appears that participation may no longer be in the best interest of Arizona voters. Well, appears to whom? Based on what, actually? And guess what? Republican Secretary of State Michelle Reagan is the one who put this into place in 2017. She's the one that brought Arizona in. I remember because I was one of the 15 county recorders who looked at the system from a registrar's point of view and said, you know what? This is going to help us clean up our voter rolls. This is going to help secure our elections. Then he says, down here again, a number of questions have arisen about access to data from other people. Who's questioning it? Who are the people? Are the experts that you talk about like Cyber Ninja experts? Is it Jovan Pulitzer or whatever that freaking guy's name is? Here's the other thing that's really interesting. He says that these concerns are raised by citizens, like some of the folks who believe in the big lie and promote the big lie, government watchdog groups, like people who promote the big lie, and cybersecurity professionals, I'm assuming like Cyber Ninjas, and state election officials from other states. Nobody in Arizona has a problem with this, Mr. Finchem. No election official in Arizona has a problem with this. Even very right-wing Republican county recorder David Stevens down in Cochise County bought into this system. And he knows this system works, and he uses it for his voters. Look, this is fear-mongering. These are not based in facts. This is the way that the big lie messages. It qualifies just enough. And it leaves the sources of the doubt questioning out there in the ether. Potential problems, potential vulnerabilities. It appears that a number of issues have arisen. What are those issues? What are the facts? Look, you're making an allegation. You got to bring the facts. That's how the American system works. If you've got a problem with what's happening, you bring facts to show that there's a problem. Here's a way to do it. I have a problem with fear-mongering. I have a problem with people who are blowing up nonsense, conspiracy theories to make you afraid that there's a problem, creating a problem out of thin air. And here are the facts to prove it. Mark Finchem is fear-mongering against a solid system that was intended to and does help clean up our voter registration rolls and secure our elections. Why? Because he likes fear. He likes scaring people, because then he's got all the answers. Here's the answer. Mark, we're not going to surrender to your fear-mongering. We're calling your bullshit. You know, and here's what I feel like, you know those guys in the parade that have like the stick with the bucket on the bottom and the broom? They go behind the horses, right? Because the horses don't care. They'll crap all over the place, like you're doing to our election system, Mark. Like you're doing to the Republicans and the Democrats who ran Maricopa's 2020 election. You know those people that you called fraudsters and liars? Those Republicans and Democrats who ran that system? Yeah. I'm definitely cleaning the streets so that people can have the truth out there. And in fact, you're not the horse, really, Mark. This makes you the horse's ass. Get that crap out of our streets. Work on facts, Mark. Do better. I'm Adrian Fuentes. I'm running for Arizona Secretary of State. And I'm not going to scare you like some people are. I'm going to bring you facts that are reliable, and that's how we're going to make our decisions moving forward. Have a great weekend.